Who were some of the other guys that were in the dojo with you at the time?
When I was at the dojo at the time and stuff, as far as gaijin wise, Chris Benoit had just finished up with the dojo, and he was staying over for 2 weeks at the time. So Chris was telling me and stuff, hey, you need to start getting in shape. You need to start doing these squats. You need to start doing these push-ups. Let me go in here and show you a little shoot wrestling stuff because, hey, it ain't going to be easy. So he tried to help me out for the first 2 weeks and kind of get me in the mode and get me to the spirit and try to teach me a little Japanese to what was going on. And I'm thinking, hey, there's another gaijin here. Hey, it's going to be all good. Shit, next thing I know, Chris is packing his bags up, taking his ass home. So, I'm stuck there and shit. The only gaijin, only American there. Nobody speaks English. And I have to learn to speak Japanese, and I ain't got a clue on where I start.
Wow. Did you see any other foreigners in the dojo that actually quit and never made it?
As far as when I came in and stuff, there was no foreigners there. When I was there and stuff, it was only Japanese guys. At the time when I was in there, some of the guys now that's big stars as far as like New Japan, All Japan. When I was there, that was in the dojo with me was like Nishimura. You got Tenza, right now, which, has been, the heavyweight champion a few times. You got Yuji Nagata. You've got Altany, Takaiwa. These guys right now is with 0-1. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys was in the dojo at the time when I was coming up. There's now, big stars over in Japan.
What are your memories of your first few matches in Japan? What were they like?
They was like getting the shit kicked out of me from one ring, corner post, to the other side of the corner post, and back again. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line was and shit is like, hey, you got to snap down. You got to get it on. And when I got in there, man, I was on, my first time over there was on a 3-week tour, and it was a junior tournament. So when I came in, I was a high flyer. I'm a street fighter. I'm like, hey, fuck it. Hey, I can handle my own.
Was that the Super Junior tournament?
Yes, it was juniors? The very first I was in and stuff. So when I went over there and I got into it, I realized, like, damn, I got to looking around. I looked to my right, I looked to my left, shit. Looked in front of me. I was like, damn, here I am, 200 pounds, and I'm the smallest mother here in the dojo. I said, I'm going to have to scrap to get mine. So then after that point on, it's like, hey, turn it up. You know what I'm saying? We either going to wrestle or we going to fight. You know what I'm saying? So from that point on, I just had to work a little bit harder because these guys had already had a few years advantage on me as far as working the junior tournaments. But as far as for me, it wasn't nothing but a thing to catch up and keep going on strong.
Some of the other guys in the tournament, I think, were Eddie Guerrero, maybe?
Yes, Eddie Guerrero. You had Jushin Thunder Liger, Chris Benoit. You had Dave Finlay. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these guys at this time and stuff, I'm telling you, man, it was just phenomenal. There's great guys to see work. Great for me to be on the same tour and get a different experience on what was going on.
Any matches stick out in your mind from that tournament?
Basically going over there, the first couple of matches that stand out is, like I say, working with Eddie Guerrero, working the Mexican style and stuff. You see a lot of the Mexican style, and then you go to Japan and you be like, hey, this guy worked in Mexico. He's going to come out. He's going to flip, flop, and fly. It ain't going to be that strong of a fight. Shit, hey, I'm telling you right now, pound for pound, Eddie Guerrero, he'll fight, he'll brawl, he'll go with anybody out there. And when I got out there in the ring, he showed me that, hey, not only am I small, but I'm a junior that I can go. And he had no problem about giving me a little ring lesson. My first match out there, as well as Dave Finlay. Right. I can remember going in talking to Dave Finlay and I'm like, okay, Dave, what we gonna do and shit? We gonna go out here, I'm gonna do that, blah, 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 blah. And shit, Dave went out there and just beat my ass and shit and said, taught me that old lesson that goes for all young bucks. When you come into the business and you're talking to a vet, don't come to me and tell me on what you're gonna do. Because 9 out of times, when you step in that ring and you think you're going to do it, all you're going to find is a mouth with a whole lot of teeth is missing because it don't work like that. Show respect for your elders in this business. All right? Get it? Got it? Good.
Inoki, what was he like, Antonio Inoki?
Oh, Antonio Inoki, he was a real big name. For me, he was a real good guy to work for. Inoki was one of them guys who had no problem about coming down to the dojo, training every day with the young boys, doing every bit of every 500, every 1,000 squat that every young boy did, push-ups, sit-ups, everything they did, and then turn around and stretch every guy in the dojo from the best guy to the last guy.
Huh.
And Inoki was a tough bastard.
Good businessman?
I think he was a good businessman at the time and stuff, yes.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.